Continue to remain rather busy here across the Western Pacific. Today we have three named storm systems. We still have Nanmadol intensifying here towards the north of Guam. Muifa also now past the southern Japanese islands, but moving on shore there into eastern China, bringing some rough weather around the Shanghai metro area. And Murbach well out in the open ocean. No worries about this one getting kicked off there towards the north. Now, Muifa definitely hitting a very large population, but I can guarantee from my analytics, a lot of people watching from that area behind the Great Cyber Wall. Don't see a lot of these updates either, but I know most of you watching also out here in the southern Japanese islands. So let's talk about Nanmadol here. Now, this one is continuing to intensify. Winds now at 75 kilometers per hour, pressure down to 994 hectopascals. Big thing with this on infrared satellite imagery, you can really see it. Look at the inflow wrapping around the southern periphery. This has tapped into a lot of moisture. Just think about, how big your belly will grow if you just have a smorgasbord, a Thanksgiving feast right in front of you. Naturally, it's going to get a little bit bigger. That's what's happening here with Nanmadol as it taps into that moisture, allowing this to intensify as it moves towards the north and west. Latest track from JMA pulls it right over the Amami Islands before moving off towards the north and kind of recurving right into Kyushu around Fukuoka, just towards the Kagoshima area. But I do want to note, and the tracks, JTWC and JMA, both are expecting this recurve scenario with this storm system, keeping it north of Okinawa Honto. I want to stress that for everybody watching out there from the Naha area. But ECMWF and GFS still keeping a little bit further towards the west there. You see latest run from the ECMWF actually pulls it west and south of Kyushu. Now, there's a few reasons for this. One, guidance, it's what we call bifurcation. Basically, it is split in half. It's between two competing forces here. One located with that high-pressure ridge just towards the east of Tokyo, and then you have a subtropical ridge out there towards Guam in the Mariana Islands. You can see that right in here. There's your weak general flow, where weak area between these two patterns, I should say, where this area is headed and expected to kind of turn towards the north with a passing trough breaking that down. But just because it's between these two competing areas, it could very well waver just a bit, which is why you want to keep in mind that cone of air still, despite the fact that, a lot of the guidance, or a lot of the agencies, I should say, now expecting that turn towards the north. And even with that said, let's go back to my original point. This is tapping into all that moisture, all that inflow coming in from the south, which is really putting out a pretty wide wind field, wide rain bands on this storm system from end to end. I mean, this is going to be well over a couple hundred miles wide, and that's why, across the Amami Islands, naturally, we're going to see those winds up to over 100 kilometers per hour. But even for Okinawa, despite being on the left side of the storm, which is traditionally the weaker side, I still would not be surprised if you do see some tropical storm strength conditions, which is why JMA is still expecting gusts at the very least up and over 50 miles per hour, especially on the northwestern coastlines. Now, good news, the bulk of the population, for example, Kadena right there, Naha right there, they're on the southern portions of the island, but still, the island itself definitely could see winds over 50 miles per hour, according to JMA. That's why, I always say jokingly, but in all seriousness, trampoline watch in place there for them, because every time we have a storm in Okinawa, due to the large amount of Americans there, because trust you, 99 out of 100 Japanese people do not have a trampoline in their yard. That's exclusively an American thing. Our storm system is going to pass overhead, definitely bring those wind gusts there. ECMWF, like I mentioned, kind of lingers it there towards the west, while JMA, JTWC all pull it towards the north, towards Kyushu, but still very large wind field with it. Also, inflow continuing to roll in across Visayas, Palawan, Western Mindoro, Manila, just more showers for sure in the forecast. So you can see where that river of moisture is wrapping in, tapping into our storm system as it pulls off here towards the north and west. Boy, that is called influx there. And that's why, the west coast of the Philippines, just take a look at this. Cebu, showers, Rojas, showers, Mindoro, going to be coming down here tomorrow. Manila, 30 there for your high. The mountains of northern Luzon, though, actually could stay relatively dry since that river of moisture is further towards the south. It's just interesting to see the wide-reaching impacts of this storm system. So if you are in the southern Japanese islands, it's tropical storm strength conditions. The Amami Island is probably typhoon. And Kyushu also going to be looking at loads of rainfall once this does turn towards the north. Lots to talk about here with this storm. Of course, I'm going to keep you guys posted. Just let me know if you want to see more comments, all that good stuff. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. That's the big thing as well. And number one thing, of course, is as always, stay safe out there.